Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island, is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
I sure hate my job, Kate. How about you?
Oh, yeah, it's a pretty rough life, Carrie.
Oh, thank you, Christy.
Oh, thank you, Christy. This is perfect. Christy's with Ocean Sands, and this is an Ocean Sands special cocktail. We can share with you why we're here, what we're doing, who those guys are. It's all around a big event called A Party on the Drive, coming September 7th. Cheers. Fun.
Reusing and reselling. Facebook is a swap and shop bringing quality opera to Nanaimo and a look at the healthcare profession in BC. It's getting pretty hot up on the deck here at Ocean Sands Outdoor Pool. We're going to tell you why we're here. It's all connected to Party on the Drive taking place on September the 7th. But first, it's becoming easier and easier these days to reuse and resell items thanks to social media. Facebook is making it a lot easier for a lot of local resellers and buyers. I don't know if you call them rebuyers or not. Derek Johnstone is certainly in on that game. Here he is now with Facebook Swap and Shops, and I think he's getting a little hot too. Well, the pool was certainly calling. Carrie Paul Davidson, thank you for inviting us here today. I don't think work gets much better than this.
Life in Parksville.
And we are sharing Life in Parksville because on September the 7th, we've been mentioning Party on the Drive. It's the 3rd annual. What is it? Who's it for?
It's for everybody. You know, the event began for the resorts to show the locals what we have down here. Because so many times people think of this as just a place for visitors, but it's not.
I've never been in this pool before.
No. We have so much here to offer, and so we came up with this concept, the 7 resorts that make up the community, and put on this art, music, and food festival, and it was just so darn popular.
How many people came last year?
Last year we had over 4,500.
Holy smoke.
It's Vancouver Island's largest street party, and there's so much to see from one end to the other. We've got 50 artists, and maybe more by the time we go have this day. We've got food vendors. We've got 6 stages, performing acts.
6 stages, wow.
And this year we've got something new. It's our dancing stage.
Yeah.
So we've got the Rainbow Stew Cloggers. We've got belly dancing, as you mentioned, coming up. You can learn how to do that. So fun. And Jump Around Productions are coming in, and they're filling up the street and some of the resorts with all kinds of inflatables. And
no, I don't think I know anybody, Carrie, who is more passionate and dedicated to showcasing what you know Parksville and Oceanside area to be.
No, thank you.
And how does this event sort of align with those values that you have about where you live?
So glad you asked.
Somehow I knew you would be.
Well, first of all, I love our local food vendors, so it gets us the opportunity to showcase them. We have many of them. Our local artists are phenomenal, and I'm just so excited to have them be able to show what they do. And of course, our wonderful musicians, extremely talented. So we just pull this all together for one big party in our most phenomenal resort district, which is Parksville's Resort Drive community.
People come here from all over the world, and we get to call it home.
I know, it's like being on vacation every day.
The artist with us today is Dan Gray. We'll talk with him a little bit later. Also, Dave Marco. He's written a little bit of a ditty for the event. We're going to hear that as well. And we're going to talk more about this pool and how you can jump in. All that after a short break. You knew that was coming. Opera opportunity bringing the genre to Nanaimo. Beauty is looking for a home and a healthcare industry snapshot. I better get out of the way. Carrie's doing some pretty serious laps. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. Every day I feel like I say, this is the best day shooting ever, but seriously, this water is so nice. We're going to tell you how you can experience this pool at Party on the Drive coming up on September the 7th. But we're switching now to, well, opera. There's a new opera society in Nanaimo. They're working hard to bring opera to the forefront and bring it back to Nanaimo. Here now with more on that is Kelly Robinson. She's quick. She's really quick. This is what pastel artist Dan Gray has managed to create in the short amount of time that we've spent in the swimming pool, which you've seen today on Go Island. It's amazing, Dan, those represent sunglasses, but they're just, is that what you're doing? You're making representations of what you see?
Impressions of water nymphs in the water with lily pads and impressions, trying to have a lasting image of this moment.
And how does the pigment that you work with in the pastel differ from, say, using a pencil crayon or a paintbrush?
This is pure color, pure pigment. That's nearly all pigment. For oil paint, basically would crush this up, float it in oil, and it becomes oil paint.
Okay.
So this is applying of pure color, which gives it its oomph.
And is it abstract? Because is it realistic?
I think I'm realistic, but other people think it's impressionist. So,
okay.
And I've always enjoyed the impressionist. I've had a long affair with Monet through my life, so I rely on the impressionist for my soul.
Now, the first time I met you was years and years ago. Is there any way you can calculate how many images you've captured, how many impressions you've shared?
That would be very difficult, though. In 2010, I did 2,500 portraits of people, 2 minutes at a time.
Right.
So I couldn't tell you.
And what's an event on September 7th like, when you're put in the middle of a crowd with thousands of people?
It's so much fun. It's in my element. I'm not really having to think about things. I'm trying to feel the emotion of the event and then portray it in the best way I can. My skills are only just back up to feeling emotional about my subject.
Right.
And I think that's important to me. It's to be out on the drive, to watch things going back and forth and feeling the environment, and that's what I draw from too.
Well, I think you're a master. Thank you. I have one of your little portraits on my wall, and we're a fan of you here at Shaw TV, so thank you. And adding to the ambiance on September 7th will be music. One of the musicians, Dave Marco. What role do you play on the drive, on Resort Drive, come September 7th? You just play. Just hang out, do your thing.
Yeah.
What's the energy like? Because you were there last year and the year
it's
before
great.
as well.
Yeah, a lot of good people.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
A lot of interaction.
Yeah, and a lot of requests for songs and stuff. And
what do you do as a musician when someone that you really want to help and you want to make their day and they come up and ask for this wild off-the-wall song and you're going, huh? Does that happen?
I usually know most of the songs. So
oh, really?
I got a repertoire of over 1,000. So.
Okay, and what genre do you prefer to work in?
Actually, all genres. I like country, blues, rock and roll, all of it.
Dave Marco, one of many, many musicians that you can experience September 7th party on the drive. There's a website with a full listings, and those listings are being updated as musicians and artists and food vendors continue to line up to participate in this Parksville event. Also taking place on September the 7th, the BC SPCA Pause for a Cause Walk. It takes place, as I just mentioned, on September the 7th. You can start collecting pledges online, www.spca.bc.ca. And here now with what some of the money goes to is a cute little animal who needs a home. It's so nice back in the pool here at Ocean Sands Resort in Parksville. Now you guys are going all out this year. What, your Kids Zone Central from what I understand?
That's right. So Jump Around's going to be on site with a couple of bouncy castles, and we're going to have the Zorb balls as
those
well.
are fun.
And I think we have a good space for that. And we're also going to open up our pool to the public. So anyone, if it's hot out that day, can come have a swim. Kids just need to be supervised by parents, of course. And,
yes.
Yeah, it should be a fun time.
Good. Now you knew about the event, but you weren't really as involved as you are this year. What happened last year that sort of said this is something we need to be a part of?
Well, Darcy and I, we're really hands-on here, so we're lucky enough now that we have a lot more staff helping us out. We've grown a little bit. So last year I finished up, I went out the driveway with my 2 kids, and my jaw just about hit the ground. I couldn't believe that.
What did you see?
I remember seeing a surfboard that my daughter really liked, lots of food vendors, rolling cones, ice cream, lots of artists, and lots of good local music as well. It was a happening place for sure, so we were excited to get more involved this year, and yeah.
Is this pool open to the public regularly?
No, it's
Okay.
for resort guests.
Okay, so your opportunity to check out this pool is coming up on September the 7th, and you want to make sure that you're keeping your kids safe. It's not a babysitting service. It's an
That's right.
opportunity for you to have some fun with your kids. There'll be no lifeguard on duty. And come on out, have a whole lot of fun. We're going to throw things over now to Dunya Tozy, looking at, well, the healthcare industry in British Columbia. And that brings us to the end of this edition of Go Island Party on the Drive, September 7th, 1 until 5. www.resort-drive-events.ca is the website to visit. And now, without further ado, a one-of-a-kind, unique song written specially for the event by Mr. Dave Marco.
Dance with your honey on down the street. Have a good time with all the people you meet at Parksville's Resort Drive community. Well, if you got some art for the people to see, or a belly dancer really what you want to be, Carrie Powell Davidson would be the one to see. Well, dogs are welcome, so bring your doggers, and clogs are welcome, so you'll see some cloggers. Parksville's Resort Drive community. We'll have some fun when you arrive, September 7th from 1 to 5. See you at Parksville's Resort Drive.
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Center, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.